So you saw it, I saw it, and Amazon tells workers to get back to the office 5 days a week. Amazon is ordering staff back to the office 5 days a week as it ends its hybrid work policy. The change will come into force from January, Amazon's chief executive, Andy Jassy, said in a memo to staff. We've decided that we're going to return to being in the office the way we were before the onset of COVID, he said, adding that it would help staff be better set up to invent, collaborate, and be connected through each other. Amazon's push to get corporate staff back into the office has been a source of tension within the firm, which employs more than 1.5 million people globally in full-time and part-time roles. And yeah, people protested about it and whatnot, right? This is on the heels of Google telling people that they come back 3 days a week. Microsoft saying, yeah, you're coming back for 5. And a lot of other companies have started to do it. Now, there are some big ones who say now we stay in remote, like people, Dropbox. Everybody from Dropbox has work remote. Nobody, well, aside from the facilities, people who have to deal with the servers and whatnot, but everybody in Dropbox, I believe, they're allowed to work remotely. If they want to come to the office, they could come, but they don't have to at all. And then some other bigger companies like Dropbox is the only one that come to mind, but there were a few because I read an article about it to look at both sides and whatnot. But Amazon is a big place. Amazon is a big company. And Amazon for sure has a lot of remote work that they could do. For sure. Because a lot of their office stuff is just managing things because the robots in the warehouse doing all the things that they have to do, you probably need people to manage the robots, but everything else is a screen, an algorithm, watching things move. And it's almost like you're playing, you ever play Football Manager?
Nah, I heard of it and I know the concept of it, but you don't really play the games, you just... No, there's a mode in Football Manager, I believe, where you could watch the dots move on the screen. Yeah.
And while the dots moving on the screen, you could make tactical changes as the manager and switch the formation, and then you'll see the dots change into the formation they have to change into and whatnot. Then you score a goal, you switch back the formation. So it's like you're playing FIFA, but you're not actually controlling what the player do. You're just setting up the tactics of it. That's Amazon. That's Amazon because they have a big technological juggernaut going on inside there, and then they just have the rest is service delivery, which is the delivery, the packaging. Now the robots can dealing with the packaging and stuff now, so now then just to get in the van and then delivery drivers do the last mile, right? Amazon telling you to come for 5 days a week. That's a big sort of slap in the face of tech workers, if I would say so, to say you have to come because you want them to, just now what's the word? To invent, collaborate, and be connected enough to each other.
Yeah. I might say something going against that, but I kind of understand, what they're talking about.
Tell me what you understand. I want to know.
So I working remotely close to 10 years now, and yeah, it have its advantages. You're more flexible. Some people tend to put in more work and be more dedicated or whatever, like the case may be. But at the same time, as I say, some people will do that. There are some people that will just go AWOL, and it are some people you need to kind of have not a constant eye on them, but you need to kind of be behind them, kind of not really micromanage them, but you need to be in the spotlight in order to actually do what they need to do, or else they might just do their own thing. Like it are people, like I've seen people who you're trying to find them and they're not responding to you for days. Or hours pass and you try to go to this person and it's like you could call, you could send a text or whatever, you can't go to the office or the chair and talk to them. So you just kind of, waiting for them to respond. And in terms of the whole collaboration thing, in person does be different versus remotely. Even sometimes, like, say in a Zoom meeting, just putting on your camera and talking does make a difference versus you're just talking with everything off. It's kind of, to feel, I don't know, we want to get into that, but just to kind of feel, to get the feel and, the whole in-person
connected,
thing,
sort of, is a psychological kind of thing.
I could understand what they're saying, what they're trying to do, and it's probably, I don't know if it linked to them actually looking at underlying metrics or KPIs to see, all right, this is how people was performing before, and now certain people kind of lacking, but so we think bringing them back to the office, so we'll get every last ounce and squeeze out of them. It could be that. It could be that they will bring them back in, so we could literally micromanage these people down to the T, so we maximizing the return on we investment in these people. When the home, we don't know what they're doing for a large part of the day, but if they're in the office, we could really get every last drip and ounce of sweat out of them.
Well, here more big picture view of it, right? The big picture is people who get afforded the ability to have remote work, they will flock to the companies that give them remote work as an option. So the companies that doing remote work are going to be the utopia for people who run in from companies like Amazon who wanted to come all day, right? If all of them, however, like how the prices of things just go up when all of the vendors agree, well, okay, we had to carry up the price because we need to do so and we need to make money. So everybody's selling the prices. If all the executives, when they're liming and drinking the scotch and thing and be like, yeah, I do remote work, yeah, I do, yeah. I end up with that, I don't know that, and everybody just kind of be like, okay, well, yeah, we just done it, everybody come back to work. Then all jobs gonna end up becoming office jobs again, and it won't have remote work, and then you can't flock to the companies to get the remote work. And people will just be generally unhappy. But if everybody unhappy, then the level of happiness will just have to drop to that level now. And there'll be no issue with it. But the fact that remote work is available to some and not available to some, that makes it seem like some companies just kind of being unnecessary with it now. Or they have some sort of micromanaging thing about them and the others.
So if you think about the job market right now, right?
Yeah.
In the past 3 or 4 years, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people get let go. Right? Yeah. So right now the job market flooded with talented IT people that are just desperate to get jobs. So right now is our employer's market. So the employer could have the upper hand because all these people get let go, they're desperate to get jobs. So it's like, if you want to come and work Amazon, you have to come in the office. Or you don't want to come, all right, you stay home, I'll find somebody
totally
else.
Correct, you're totally correct, because I was talking to one of my past students the other day who live in the States and telling me things grim right now, boy. Things tough. Nobody offering remote work anymore. Yeah. And then the jobs that they have available is all startup positions and thing and all kind of stuff going on. And I was like, whoa, yeah. And you're reading the news about the job situation in the States and all the layoffs and all that, but that's a real thing. So you're totally correct. There's an employer's market. So if I say, if there's ever a time for you to kill remote work and say everybody had to come back to the office, now is the time. Because nobody have options to say, well, I got this offer from this company that allows me to work remote. I'll be like, well, go, see what they say. And then when you go back by them, they'll be like, no, we didn't mean like remote, we mean you had to come in the office 4 days a week and you get 1 day that you could work remote or some kind of thing like that, which is where it might end up.
Yeah. No. You know what didn't help this whole thing? Remember back in the TikTok glory days in the pandemic, it had these spend a day in the life of me as a Google worker.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the day, they was just having coffee and going to the gym, doing this, doing that, and with like 10% work.
That's happening now. No, they don't do them videos no more. Work in your tail. Like work. And all them leisure things get cut off.
Yeah, then Elon Musk come along, get that was a high percentage at Twitter, and things still working. Everybody was like, wait, now you can do that?
It's possible, yeah. So let me superimpose it onto Trinidad and Tobago now. Who'd go and try to implement remote work as we kind of talk about on the podcast maybe about 10, 15 episodes ago. If public servants, if the people who go and implement this remote work thing now, which is most likely some consultancy company from the States, look at what is taking place in the job market in the States and say, well, this remote work thing, we kind of stopping that, So what y'all asking us to do here, not exactly.
Always be like a few years behind.
Yeah. They'd
so.
be like, if all you want, or you could create this hybrid thing, you could say 3 days a week, maximum. You had to be in the office and any other 2, not. And that I think is a good balance, but it still will create some kind of gaping holes, because then you'll have to mandate which 3 days a week somebody has to come, because you want the people to be in the creative spaces at the same time. But you don't want one person coming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the next one coming Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, because they'll miss each other for the meeting and that kind of thing. So it could work if you create a formal structure to say, okay, these are the days you have to come to work, because these are the days your other team members are going to be here. And these other days, you get to work remotely, and the hybrid could work. But for Amazon to say 5 days a week, like no questions asked, I find as rough, because even Google said, well, 3 days. 3 days we require, the other 2, okay. And people in comments and people in videos and things talking about commute, work-life balance, all kind of different things. And they like, we'll open back up the daycare. We will give people subway car, all kind of different things that they offer in here. So they actually see the amount of money that they're gonna have to put out for these things as a necessary evil. To say, well, we will make sure that when they come to the office, we provide all the things that they need, because we need them here.
So in the past 4 years, Amazon laid off about 37,000 people.
Wow.